What's up guys, Khraze here, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the best endgame horses you can get your hands on in Red Dead Redemption 2. I know many of you already are familiar with the white Arabian horse that can be found near Lake Isabella from quite early on in the game, and it's definitely an excellent early pick, but there are in fact several other breeds with significantly better stats than this. Most of these breeds will only be available to you later on into the main story though, specifically after chapter 4, and they can cost up to $1,000 each, so it's pretty expensive, but by then you should already have a lot of money to play around with anyway. I will mention that the white Arabian is by far the best wild horse you can get, and it can even last you towards the end of the game if you don't care too much about maximum speed and efficiency. But yeah, if you do, the ones that you can buy from stables will definitely outperform this in every area possible. To make things simple, there are 5 top tier horse breeds in the game, each one of them with several specimens or coats. First we have the Arabian breed, of which the white wild one is also part of, and coincidentally it's also the weakest of the bunch. There are in fact 2 more with better bonuses, which are the black coat variant. This one has the same base speed and acceleration compared to the white one, but it has better health and stamina. This can be acquired after reaching chapter 4 of the main story, and it can be brought from the stables in Saint Denis for about $1,000 each. But if you manage to get your honor meter high enough, this is going to be at a discount, and if you have like the maximum honor meter available, then it's probably going to be like half the price. In the footage I have at hand, the white Arabian horse has been in my possession for quite some time, so it definitely has better stats and upgrades compared to the base level black one. But if you put them side by side at the same level and with the same gear, you're going to see that the black variant has much better stamina and HP, which pretty much means that you'll be able to sprint with it for longer distances. It also survives better, and in general it's pretty much the upgraded version of the white one, but yeah, it costs money, so if you kinda lost the white one or didn't get a chance to grab it, then this is the next best thing. But if you want the truly best in slot and fastest horse in the Arabian category, then you're probably going to want to look at the rose gray black Arabian horse, which has a whooping 7 in both health and stamina while still retaining a 6 in base acceleration and speed. This makes it pretty much the second fastest horse in the game with the highest stamina levels and health, and what this means is that this beast will run miles without getting tired, it will survive better than anything out there, and it will still provide you top-notch speed to get you anywhere fast. It's not going to be the fastest, most probably the second place in terms of base speed, but you will be able to sprint across large distances, which makes it perfect for traveling. It's only available after reaching Epilogue 1 in the game, and it can be brought from the Blackwater stables for $1,000. This is truly an end game horse, and again it costs a ton of money, but luckily enough by then you should have more than enough to afford it, and it's justifiable because it has some of the best stats, if not the best all-around stats out of all of the horse breeds available. But moving on, we have the Thoroughbred. This can also be found out in the wild, but the stats are not really as great. If you want the better one, you will have to buy these at the stables, and they will be available as soon as chapter 3 of the main story, and you can purchase them from the stables over in the town of Strawberry for somewhere around $450. Out of all of the top tier horses, this is most probably the earliest you can get, of course outside of the white Arabian one, but it's still going to serve you well enough. It still has very good stats. It has the maximum available of 7 in base speed as well as 5 in acceleration, which pretty much means that it's going to run quite fast, but the acceleration at start is not going to be that good. This is an excellent early on alternative to the white Arabian, especially if you lost it or somehow managed to kill it. And yeah, it's available quite early on. You can reach chapter 3 of the main story quite fast, but unfortunately it comes with pretty low levels of stamina and health. What this means is is that it's probably going to die much faster than most other breeds, and it will only start becoming useful once you reach high levels of bonding. And yeah, I've only wanted to mention this because I know a lot of people have kinda killed their white Arabians, or well, didn't manage to catch them, and I know that sucks, but this is the earliest one you can find as an alternative. Now if you want something similar to this but with much better stamina and health, then there's the Turkoman breed, and there are 3 variants here, one being gold and the earliest one you can get. It becomes available to you after reaching chapter 4 in the main story, and you can purchase this from the Saint Denis stables for $1,000. There are 2 other color variations on top of these, which are the dark bay and silver, and they unlock in Epilogue 1 at the Blackwater and Tumbleweed stables respectively. But yeah, the stats are pretty much the same, it's only the color of the coat that is the difference. The speed is again the second best, acceleration third best, and the health and stamina are simply massive. Since the handling reads standard, it pretty much means that the horse has a regular size with regular handling, so it might not feel as snappy and agile as race or elite horses, but it will not suffer from different types of terrain, and it's pretty much adaptable to any situation. Even if you run through rivers, even if you run through rough terrain, it's not going to slow down compared to the race horses. It's going to keep on going, especially since it has quite a massive amount of speed. But yeah, again, there are definitely better alternatives compared to this one. Speaking of race horses, by the way, we also have the Nokota breed, and this one can be acquired from the Saint Denis stables also during chapter 4, and being a horse specifically made for races, it's also smaller, slicker, and very agile. It also features again the highest base speed bonus with a decently high acceleration, but since it's so small, it also has lower health and stamina. So yeah, if you level it up with bonding and all of that and with gear, then these stats will increase further by another 2 or 3 points, which will pretty much set it right around the middle part. But until then, you're going to have to be careful with it because it can die pretty easily, especially before reaching level 2 or 3 in level bonding. And yeah, it's pretty much on the same level with the Thoroughbred. It also costs only $450 at the base. So yeah, again, this is one of those alternatives that you will get only if you don't have enough resources or all of the other horses are not an alternative anymore. Finally, we have the Missouri Fox Trotter, which is an all-around amazing horse in every way you can imagine. It has the highest base speed, it has high base acceleration, high levels of health, and especially stamina. The handling is again standard, which pretty much means it's a horse of a decent size and it can be adapted to any form of terrain. It won't make you feel slow in tough terrain, and it's pretty much adaptable to any environment. Compared to the Arabian or Nokota, who struggle in places with mud, for example, or other movement obstructing terrains, this breed can pretty much run through everything. There are 2 versions of this that exist in the game, both with exactly the same stats but with different coats. The earliest one you can acquire is in chapter 4 at the Scarlet Meadow stables, and it again costs $1,000 to purchase. Everything that has big stats all around will cost around $1,000, so make sure you have the money at hand, especially if you want to like min-max everything in terms of horses and horse breeds. But if I were to make a personal top 3 best out of all of these categories, which is again a bit tough because not everyone has the same needs, I would put the Rose Grey Black Arabian on the first place, just because it has huge levels of stamina and health, the biggest in the game, while still having top tier acceleration and base speed, and that's why I'm putting it on the first place. On the second place, there would be a combination between the Black Arabian, the Missouri Fox Trotter, and the Gold Turkoman, because it's a matter of preference. It depends what you're doing in the game. The Black Arabian horse is amazing overall, as it pretty much has 6 in all of the stats, and not only that, but the handling is also good all around because it's an elite type of handling. Nonetheless, if you want more speed or health, then you can either pick the Missouri Fox Trotter or the Gold Turkoman respectively, and as I've said, it depends on the scenario. It's a really tough choice between these ones, honestly, because each one has an advantage over the other in certain stats, and when they don't, they make up with others. So yeah, it depends what you do in the game. If you fight a lot and get shot at a lot, then higher HP for your horse would be better suited for you. On the contrary, if you travel a lot and don't get shot at too much, then you will want a horse with more stamina levels so it keeps on sprinting for more. If you're undecided and you cannot pick between either of these, just go with the Black Arabian as the second spot, simply because it's good all around and it doesn't really make concessions anywhere. It just has 6 flat out on all of the stats. Finally, on the third place we have the only 2 remaining, which are the Thoroughbred and the Nokota, and these ones have the disadvantage of low HP and stamina levels, but they compensate with the fact that they cost half the price of the other breeds. So again, depending on where you are in the game, what you're doing, you're going to look at either one or the other, but the best of the best, I'm going to choose the Rose Grey Black Arabian. It also looks awesome, but you can only get it like super late into the game. In terms of tips and tricks for high-end horse riding, this is something that I haven't seen anybody mentioning, but if you want to squeeze as much of your horse's stamina as you can, what I found the best to do is to simply calm it every time you get the chance to do so. At max level bonding, if you press the left thumbstick on your controller, every 8 seconds or so, it will give the horse roughly 10 to 15% stamina back, which pretty much lets you sprint for an indefinite amount of time, provided your horse already has high enough stamina levels and it regenerates it fast enough. So keep it well fed, and when you travel with it, just press L3 on your controller every now and then, and it will regenerate part of its stamina bar, and it's going to be super useful to you, especially if you're going on long rides, which will make your horse get tired very fast. But that's pretty much it with the best high-end horse breeds in Red Dead Redemption 2, and yeah, I'm sorry it took so long to post this video. It was kinda ready for 2 days now, but because of some real life issues I was not able to post it, and that's why I'm posting it right now. Nonetheless, as always, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more awesome Red Dead Redemption 2 content, or if you didn't, then you pretty much know what to do. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one, so peace out.